Welcome between these hallowed hedges. Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia, home to the Georgia Bulldogs, where they've had a little chicken, they've had a little drink, and friends, it's time once again to let the big dogs eat. A late season top 25 matchup on hand with a couple of college football's premier teams preparing to square off. As we'll see, the number 12 team in the country, the Mississippi State Bulldogs, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Mississippi State about to boot it away as we start the festivities. And he's going to try to return this one. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Georgia's offense takes the field to start this game off. And here he comes, just jogging onto the field. But what's going fast? The heart rates of everybody in this crowd, Jesse.
Well, this is a special player. All eyes in the stadium on this guy. And David, you know the defense, they're going to have to find a way to try to slow this guy down.
And he's going to touch it every single play. He'll be the main focal point. Can he handle the pressure? Can he handle the big moments? Can he handle this stage and lead his team in a big moment?
Using his legs, it's Higgins. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
They are backing up their pregame words. Their first drive of the game, 4th down in their own end, and they're going for it. The Bulldogs have enough for the first down.
There are not a lot of head coaches that I think are willing on their opening drive to go for it on 4th down, especially in that kind of field position. But this head coach ain't scared. He believes in his running back. He believes in his offensive line to go pick it up, and that's exactly what they did.
And he's brought down after a nice game. And the Bulldogs are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on 1st down. Unleashes it. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
All right, good news. The game just got started. There's still a lot of football left to play. The bad news is, though, you've already now turned it over and handed the defense an interception. Quarterback's going to have to be more dialed in with his decision-making in this game.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Now improvising, trying to make magic with his feet. And he gets down on the slide, and that's not the only thing down. There's a penalty marker on the field. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. To the air, it's Booth. Back open in the middle. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel. But in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. And he's going to be stopped just short of the 1st down. He tried to get it on his own. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And there will be no return on this one, and he can't get it out of bounds. The ball will come out to the 20. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time. He's going for the big play. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown, just like that. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards, get some first downs, get some positive momentum.
Nice job by the quarterback there throwing the hitch route against zone coverage. You can't stare at him. If you do that, you allow the flat defender to get underneath it, and that might be a pick 6. So really good job by the quarterback there using his eyes to manipulate the defense.
They're getting this guy lathered up. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. Dropping back, it's Booth. Dumps it off in the flats. Great to have perfect blocking, but you can also make your own, and that's exactly what he does, getting it up to the 36. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. Quarterback gets the 1st down. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that 1st down.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that 6th sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the 1st down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
Mississippi State right back to the line. Now the play fake. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got the back over the middle. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a 4th down. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him.
They're strong, and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Perhaps drawing confidence by converting an earlier 4th down. They'll try to do it for a 2nd time in the opening quarter. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. The Dogs have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Oh, picked off. Got some room to run. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Mississippi State. This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender. Seeing that ball in the end zone, your eyes get big as saucers. Go, jump on that puppy, secure it, get you a touchdown.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. That first quarter set the standard, and we hope we get a lot more of that here in the second. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call.
Holding, offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Now on second down. He's looking to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He's going for a big play downfield. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. Georgia sends out the punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. He'll call for the fair catch here. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
They get him down after he makes the catch.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. He'll try to do it himself. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. And he can't quite get it down or out of bounds. It's into the end zone for a touchback. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
They go to the ground. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big gain now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Unloads to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Marks. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on third and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. Forced to just throw it away on third down, and now they face fourth. Georgia lining up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Running it back, it's Green. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The offense starts with a short field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Wide open downfield. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Mississippi State going up tempo. Scanning the field, it's Booth. He makes a grab, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Northern Illinois is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Huskies have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today. They're trailing by just 4 to Akron. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. That's a way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. They'll leave it with him. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
At midfield, he's got room. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. So it's not just a strong running game. The Dogs can be dangerous with those weapons up top.
And I think when you've seen Georgia really dominate in college football over the last several years, it's because they've been more aggressive, more willing to throw the football, early downs, trust their quarterback, not just the ground game.
After that last completion, it's 2nd down. Some misdirection with the counter. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Looking to throw on 3rd. Out of the backfield, he's open. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. I was starting to think about what they would do if they didn't pick up the first down here, but I guess that's a moot point now.
Moot point for sure, and the head coach was probably telling them 4-down territory, we're going to kick a field goal, whatever the next decision was going to be, and now the OC's like, don't worry about it. New set of downs, nice execution by this offense.
Some hand fighting at the point of the catch will draw the penalty, but this one is going to go against the offense. They're just making things harder now. It's 1st and 20. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. Went to the running game on 1st down, now 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Dogs! Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you've got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. Mississippi State right back to the line. The give to the tailback. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Looking downfield, it's Booth. And he can't escape, and down he goes. They were trying to set up a screen. Instead, what they got was their quarterback putting paper and plastic and sack.
But how about the speed on defense with that rush, getting to the QB so quickly? You're not expecting to get home on a screenplay like that, but, man, the old saying, speed kills. You saw it right there.
And the returner will be brought down. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Got him downfield. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. And the Dogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to the back. They keep feeding him in this running game, and the defense is having none of it. It's been that way all day. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Quick touch pass to the receiver. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Catch in the middle, it's Odom. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, and still short of the first down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. He'll take a shot. Got it! And he will score! Touchdown Bulldogs!
Well, this guy certainly, from a statistical standpoint, has done everything to deserve a trip to New York City. He has been a big playmaker week in, week out for this offense. Get this, that last touchdown was his 20th touchdown catch of the season. This guy has been unstoppable.
And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. Can keep them from answering. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This late in the half, here's the question: how aggressive will the play calling be? To the ground with the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, men. The end of a very entertaining first 2 quarters of football in Athens. And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, Once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas between the hedges in Sanford Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football Palmer out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
The Bulldogs want to move quickly. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. And he just needed a few inches, and he didn't get it. The defense denies this offense. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Just feeds the running back. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. Georgia sends out the punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. A fair catch is called for. It'll give them great field position. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. Here they come to try it again on 2nd and 10 from the 29. After the incompletion, they go back up top. He's got it. Touchdown, Mississippi State. Reeled it in and just made the house call. And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 3rd. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they covered the final 29 yards with that touchdown pass. He'll return it. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick. Oh, he wants it all. Makes the grab on the right. All kinds of running room. Touchdown, Georgia! They take the lead with the 6. Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Cal is currently up big right now in a game they'll they'll be talking about in Berkeley for some time. They're up by 25 over Stanford. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll try the run. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. And the Bulldogs in the hurry up. The play action fake. Caught over the middle. It's Jennings. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Movement here from the tight end. Off play action on 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's Jennings. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Gets it to the back. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. Here comes the hurry up. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. He wants to throw it again. Looking to the big tight end. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Mississippi State. He has been surgical. Precision passes. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
Great team defense on that one play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Trying to burn this defensive back. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the third quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
Pressure coming. Takes a shot as he throws, and it never had a chance. Incomplete. Couldn't order better field position for this offense. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Man, talk about playing complementary football. You get the sudden change, you get the turnover, and now you turn it into points immediately. Nice job by the defense forcing it, the offense taking advantage, putting points on the board.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And he reels it in inside the 30. Touchdown, Dogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And the extra point was good. No incident there, and we are tied up in the 3rd. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Mississippi Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. A pickup of 5 marks it at the 36-yard line. Mississippi State going up tempo. Right back to the well. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He'll keep it himself. Past the first down marker and still running. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Mississippi State has this drive hitting on all cylinders.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space...
A shot toward the end zone. And that pass picked off. Bringing it back. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. Offense set on first down. Handoff from the shotgun. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Works the middle of the field. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need.
He's taking the shot. And it's caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Quarterbacks love receivers that can get separation, but that amount of separation is a little excessive.
I agree, Reese, and I think the defense needs to have a little powwow on the sidelines and talk about what just happened, because that was an absolute busted coverage on the back end. Defense can't keep playing like that.
That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Fast motion from the offense. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34. Mississippi State right back to the line. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field.
Hold it. Offense.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. 2nd down coming up. Back to throw, it's Booth. Using the quick game. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Dances away. And he is corralled short of the line to gain. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. Coverage was all over him before he had a chance to breathe, and they knock him down deep in his own territory. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. They'll start this drive with a pass. Dumps it to the back. It's complete to the right. At the 40, there he goes. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Trying to find his man on first down. Fires complete on the crosser. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Less than a yard to go to pick up the first down. They'll go to the ground. He gets it past the sticks, and Georgia has a first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. They try to pop a run on the draw. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Quarterback checking off. Wide receiver now comes in motion. On 3rd down, going up top. Gets it out quickly. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
Nice move to keep moving. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia! And they take it in for 6 more points. That's what finishing the deal looks like. Build the lead in the 4th quarter and close in on 11 straight victories.
Man, we know football gets harder when you start to get in the red zone and the field shrinks. Who needs that? Break the long touchdown run. Nice job by the back. Seeing the hole, exploding through, getting a long touchdown run.
On the move from inside his 5. He's on the loose. Can they catch him? He will score! Touchdown, Mississippi State. Lead in the game, and the confidence is building if only there's enough time to finish.
Time is ticking, but man, you gave yourself a chance now. Now the defense, go out, do your job. We got the momentum. If you give me the ball back, I'm going to win. Let's go, defense.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. They're lining up to kick it off, full of momentum after housing that last kickoff. Out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
The give on the inside. At the 35, he's got room. He's now got 78 yards rushing so far in this one, and he's closing in on 1,200 for the season. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. looking for a physical attack from the gun. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. Georgia lining up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Fair catch called for and made. Here comes the Mississippi State offense ready to attack. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run.
He's loose. Made a defender miss. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. Mississippi State going up-tempo.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one, Reese, that this team was going to try to use their speed and take advantage of it, and they did right there. Nice gain on the run play to the right.
Found plenty of running room in that defense. They've got to find a way to get there and make the tackle in the open field.
Yeah, and they got to do a good job with their eyes, finding the football, and they've got to get a lot of bodies to this guy because he is fast.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job on it.
Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. They go to the counter. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He'll do it himself. Touchdown, Mississippi State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Lining up for the PAT. You have to imagine we're going to see a bit more of these designed runs as this game goes on.
No doubt. This is a guy that can run and he can throw. So what do I do? How do I stop it? Do I play pass? Do I play run? I mean, it's very frustrating to try to stop this kind of guy, and you see the explosive capabilities and making it happen on his own.
Oh, he's going to go for the return. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down. He's got 99 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Coming after it. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Going to try to get it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
It's the fourth quarter. Every second counts, right? It's a one-possession game. We're chasing the QB. He scrambles around, does such a great job getting positive yards, keeping this drive alive. We need to score badly. We've got to keep drives alive like this. Wonderful job.
This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. They'll throw it on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, no big surprise here in the fourth quarter. The defense expecting pass, and that's why they've got extra DBs on the field. It's almost like a prevent look. Everybody back there staring at the QB. Going to be hard to throw into that. Obviously, the ball falls incomplete.
After the misfire, now on second down. He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Well, they've thrown 2 straight incompletions, and they just need to play pitch and catch on this next play. They're down a possession, and you don't have to necessarily get the first down right here, but if you don't get it, you've got to at least keep the fourth down manageable to give yourself an opportunity to keep pushing the ball down the field and give yourselves a shot to win.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Now a fair catch is called for. It may just shy of midfield. First down here for the offense. He's looking to throw it. The sure hands. It's Penny.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Looking for a deep man. Snags it inside the 20. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
And even though his team is trailing, this guy has stepped up time and time again for his offense. Already over 100 yards, and now comes up with a massive play in a 2-minute situation.
They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. What a finish we have unfolding here. The offense in the waning moments and a chance to take the lead. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together. They'll try to run it in. Touchdown Bulldogs! And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
And how about this offense, man? They knew they needed to execute. Great play calling, great drive, put it together. Now you got a chance to go up by 7 late in this ball game and then let your defense go on the field and seal it for you.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. And they're going to have to fight this defense, and they're also up against it with time, Jesse.
Yeah, no doubt, Reese. And this quarterback now, he's going to have to show off his poise, David. They practice these late-game situations, but how's this guy going to respond?
And I got a little bit of time to work with here, so I watch the defense, and if they're going to drop back and play real conservative like they tend to do late in the game, let's get a few shots over the middle first before we have to take that.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Makes the catch down the right side. Oh, there were a few steps there. He was thinking touchdown, but they finally get him down after the big pickup at the 25. Going up top on first down. They're bringing heat. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Late in the game with the lead, the defense obviously knows here the offense is going to have to try and throw it. Nice job in the back end there, not just in coverage, but almost picking that football off. That was a game changer.
Deep shot for the end zone. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And he is brought to the ground, and that's how we'll wrap this one up. This one was a lot like a tennis match, back and forth, up and down, and they just couldn't quite score enough and get the key stop to get the win.
And defenses have changed, right? It's not about limiting to low points anymore, but you got to find ways to create turnovers and get that ball back to your offense so they can do their damage. Defense just needed to create a few more opportunities.
I think it just came down to individual effort on the defensive side of the football for this team. Somebody needs to step up in big moments in big games and make the play to win. We didn't see it happen today.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.